Well, hello everybody out there in internet land. This is Chris from HLLegacy.com with another exciting episode of Topher's Vlog. Sorry guys, once again, you're getting a single take vlog. I don't really have time to edit this. I've already tried to shoot this once or twice, so we'll see how this goes as we move forward here. But forgive the hat. Probably like a lot of people out there, you can't go out and get haircuts. Back in, I think it was January, I believe, my clippers broke, and I sort of lollygagged on buying new clippers at the time, and my last couple of haircuts have been through an actual person. But now, of course, I can't find clippers anywhere because, like the toilet paper situation, everyone has also rushed out and bought clippers because obviously they can't go out to get haircuts. So I'm kind of stuck. And this you don't want to see this up here because... no, we're not going to talk about that. But anyway, so we're going to move on. But anyway, so for today's topic, I wanted to talk about something that I don't normally touch upon. I've said in the past, when it comes to the Horror Nights construction permits, the permits don't interest me because the only thing that the permits really tell us is where the locations are, how far along into construction they are when they file the permits, things of that nature. And the locations for Horror Nights houses generally do not change. There are instances, like this year, where things do change. Way back when the permit started coming out a couple weeks ago, it was revealed or it appeared that Soundstage 22, which is one of the sound stages up there at the front, for point of reference for people, last year it was the Ghostbusters line there in front of the rocket stage. That soundstage was not going to be used, and instead we had a permit for Soundstage 23, which is right next door to Soundstage 22. It's actually in between Soundstage 24 and 22, sandwiched right in between there. That one had a permit, and what I found interesting about it, and based on what some of the birdies were telling me on the inside, is that it had a letter to it. Now, normally, Soundstage 24, for example, has two houses inside the soundstage, and when they file the permits, they do it with A and B, so Soundstage 24A and Soundstage 24B. I can't remember which one was which last year. I talked about it a couple of videos back. You can go and look at that. But like, Us was, 24A and Yeti was 24B or whatever. I don't remember, but you can go back and look at that video. But yeah, so Soundstage 23 was also poised to be doing the same thing. We only had one, but this past week, the other one actually just dropped, and we now have all the permits except for one. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it this week, because there is some, full disclosure, I guess. While I'm still trying to not get the insider birdies to talk to me about what actually is coming to the event, one of the things that I've still been getting is some of the logistical information. And I kind of knew about the Soundstage 22 or 23 situation, and I also very early on was told that the Shrek Theater wasn't going to be used, which has kind of changed in the last couple weeks. Like, some people are telling me that it is going to be used. I don't know, but like if you follow the chatter on the interwebs, one of the persistent rumors this year is that Cafe La Bamba is going to be used as a house location. Now, if you don't know what Cafe La Bamba is, if you are in the alleyway in between the Horror Makeup Theater, Cafe La Bamba is, if you're facing the gate, is right to the left of you. Generally, during the event itself, it's where the VIPs, so the RIP people, hang out when they meet and congregate and stuff like that. I've never actually really been inside Cafe La Bamba, believe it or not. I think I've been in there one time because I don't eat in there, so there's no reason for me to go in there. Way back in the day, I was in there, so I don't really know the logistical side, like how they can do something in there. I don't know. I haven't really studied up on the specifications about the location. How big it is, how much room they have in there. But that's been one of the persistent rumors going around, or chatter, I guess you call it, around the interwebs. Way back when the birdies told me about the Shrek thing, one of the other things that was popping up was about the old parade building. Now, we do know the old parade building is being used. We do have the permits for that. But one of the things that was told to me is that the old parade building, I guess, needs some heavy-duty repairs, and there was a chance that it could also not be used. And there was I guess, an effort to maybe start planning a new permanent location for a house. I know what that location could be. I'm not going to reveal that here, but because that is not happening, so I'm not going to reveal that here now. But that was also a thing. So again, one of the reasons why I want to talk about the subject this week was because there was some of that stuff floating around out there into the ether. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when that 10th permit drops. Is it going to be Cafe La Bamba? Is it going to be Shrek? I don't know. Like, given the current situation, some of the information that's flying out of there at this point is kind of weird, and who knows? But it wouldn't surprise me if Shrek is used, to be honest with you, because it's unless something else is going on. It wouldn't surprise me if they do put something in Shrek and not the Cafe La Bamba rumored location. I have not personally heard anything about Cafe La Bamba, but different people have different people that they talk to, so I don't know, and I probably haven't pressed that issue far enough to really gauge anything. But anyway, because again, I've been trying to keep distance between that, so social distancing, I guess, from the little birdies, But like I said, I have heard drips and drabs about the logistical things, and one of the things that was told to me was Soundstage 23, and then also the Cafe La Bamba Shrek thing going on. So, and the old parade building, but it is what it is. So we await that last permit to really figure out where that location is going to be. Since Soundstage 23 is being used, there was I saw some people talk about logistics and how do they do this or whatever, blah blah blah. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when it was last used in 2011, Soundstage 23 had there were two entrances in the courtyard there, in the Rocket courtyard. The Thing, which was based on the remake or whatever. That one was effectively where the Ghostbusters entrance stanchion was. The first one, when you get up to the left of you there, that would be the first one there. And then as you walked farther down, you would have the entrance to Nightingale's Blood Prey, which was off to the right there. And they basically just used the entire location for two entrances. Now, in theory, what they can do as well is for Soundstage 24, for example, if Soundstage 25 is not being used, they could use the entrance for 24 over there in the alleyway, which, for point of reference, last year was Stranger Things and Us. If 25 is not being used, then you could conceivably have two entrances there for Soundstage 24. And then for 23, you can do one entrance in the Rocket Plaza and one entrance in the Jimmy Fallon area there, where last year, again, for point of reference, was Yeti Terror of the Yukon. You can have that. People would be none the wiser if they played it that way. Normal guess. Now, how you get back from the sound stages could be a little bit of an interesting thing. There could be a merge point between the two sound stages there in between. That could work. I don't exactly know how they would pull that off. I can't remember, because in terms of the Rocket stage itself, they've done two house entrances in that location before. Like I said, I believe they did it in 2011, and they also did it, I believe, in 2016. Whatever year, I believe it was 2016, but whatever year that I believe The Exorcist was on one side, and then Lightning Gulch was on the other side. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that was a thing, if memory serves. So I mean, it's not like they haven't done two entrances there before in the past. I don't think they would put an entrance over by the front of the park, where the side entrance there, where we had one of the American Horror Story houses were over there, because that's just way too far away. I think they would keep it, sort of in that general area. So you would have four houses effectively, like normal, up in the front there, and then where this other mystery location could be, who knows. But yeah, I think I covered all I wanted to cover. But like I said, generally I don't really care about the permits, but this year there is some shakeups, so I did kind of want to talk about it. You do kind of get a single take vlog, me trying not to ramble, trying to get my thoughts across, hopefully. I did it justice. But the one of the bigger concerns that I had seen was people talking about like how do you queue up with that? It's not hard. Like I said, you just do the one entrance over there still in the main plaza, or you can split it into two, or you do one in the main plaza, one in the Jimmy Fallon spot, and then the 224 houses over there in the alleyway. And nobody would ever really notice a difference. Like the average person would not notice a difference because those are the entrances that we've had for a couple years now. So it is what it is. The only thing that would be missing, of course, would be the Shrek entrance over there in Hollywood if Shrek is not being used. But I have a funny feeling that Shrek is going to be used. So I don't know. There's the wheels in my head are spinning about that because there's some conflicting stuff going on behind the scenes. And of course, there's still the looming question of, what happens in the, do we still even have the event? Did the event start later? I mean, there's we got the whole added stuff of the Rona going on. So, who the hell knows? Like I said at the end of last week's video, there's still a lot of questions up in the air. There's still a lot of things that are dangling. Hopefully things get sorted out here in the future. But anyway, that's it for me. Sorry about the one take thing again, but I do have to, I got some stuff to do before I go to work. So it is what it is. But anyway, guys, I might not be able to do a video next week. I might not even be able to film one because I have something planned that's going to take me more than just a simple setup to shoot. So we'll see how that works. But who knows? But anyway, I think that's going to be it for me. So permits, we're still waiting on that one last permit to see where that mystery location is. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'll talk to you later. I will talk to you later. Bye. I think I made it.